welcome to this episode of Your Untamed Life. Today, we're thrilled to be here with Caterina, a personal fashion stylist who's passionate about helping women love their bodies and feel confident in their style. Right up my alley. I need some more wardrobe help, so please. Can't wait to ask you some questions, Caterina. I'd love to welcome you and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. You can call me Kat.
Right.
Everyone, it's a bit of a mouthful, Caterina is. So
That's right. Okay, great.
thank you for having me on my first podcast. So
Yay. Celebrate that.
Yes, definitely. I've done it. Ticked off.
Check that off. It's so good.
Yeah.
And it just opens doors to so much more. So I'm so glad to have you here and share you with my audience.
Thank you so much. I think we sort of had a bit of a brief chat, and I'm a personal stylist, fashion stylist. And this morning I actually got asked, is it just for like rich people? Is it a glamorous job? I go deeper than that. And the whole my different packages that I do, the main one is a style consultation, and that's where I talk with people and I listen. And that's where I get to know people and what they're actually looking for in a stylist. So, breaking it down, what do I do? I will talk to someone and find out what their troubles or woes are when it comes to dressing themselves or shopping, because a lot of people get overwhelmed with shopping. And so then we find out what they actually need. And most of my clients will do the whole package, which is the style makeover. And that is that I actually go to their house after the style consultation and into their wardrobe. So that takes so much trust, and someone has to be ready for that. So if I go back a little bit, I actually do a little FaceTime or Zoom just to make sure that whoever's talking to me by the, like when they put their submission in, we connect. And they're ready for this journey. They're not just, that you can't be just sitting on the fence. You got to be ready to go in and dive in with this whole process, because it costs money to hire me, but also if you're going down the shopping session, you've got to have a budget ready to buy some clothes. So you have to be really ready for that step. So I make sure when I do that first initial chat that they're ready, because otherwise I'm going to say, maybe come back when you're ready. And I have had to do that once, which is fine. And it's been honest, because, it's a journey that we're going to go on. So then when they invite me into their home, everyone says, oh, my house is dirty, or don't look at this, or I'm not there doing an inspection, I'm there, but I am going into their space. It's your personal space. Most wardrobes are in your bedroom. So it is a personal thing, and I have to, honor that with each person that I'm going into their room, So we start off slowly, we go through the clothes, and I'm very tactful and very calm when I'm doing this. By the end of the session, we're like, nah, that's got to go, or yes, that's got to stay. But I hold space for whoever I'm with. They can go off and get changed. By the end of the session, they're normally getting changed in front of me by that stage. And we go through, and it's this misconception that I'm going to go in and throw all their clothes away. No, I don't do that, because I hate the idea of everything going to landfill. And mine's all about, let's shop in your wardrobe. Let's see how we can put things together. If things are really old, or they don't just not fit in well and things like that, then we'll go. But I'm not in there to just throw out and hey, let's go shopping and we'll get a whole new you. It doesn't work like that. And so then, we go through the wardrobe, and then the next stage is a shopping session, which is really important that I listen to what they need, because, budget, everything's, it has to work, because they're spending a lot of money getting gap pieces, their lifestyle. I have a lot of mums that go, I don't want to wear white, because, I've got little kids and it always gets dirty. So, it's about really listening. You'll notice that I don't actually take a lot of pictures with my clients whilst I'm doing even a wardrobe or a shopping session, because I'm so present, listening and, just making sure that they're okay. Then I forget. So shit content creator I am. Sorry, shouldn't know if I should use that word.
All right.
And
But you're
so
great at
yeah,
what you do, so that's all that matters.
yeah, and so then when the sessions are finished, I talk about a lookbook, but that is actually a app that I purchased. It's from America. I'm only the only stylist in Perth that has it. You are by invitation, go through a process, and but that is an app on your phone. So basically, my clients will have all their clothes from their closet in there, called Closet. Then I put looks together. So I have a lookbook, which I put all their little looks together, and then finds. So sometimes we get to a budget, we hit the budget with their shopping. So then I go in and put, when you can afford maybe this item or this item, look at this item or this item. They don't need to buy anything when they even shop with me, but that's the whole process of actually doing a shopping session. But I don't go over their budget unless they give me permission to. So I make
So
their
cool.
money work, and I
Yeah.
make it work with their existing wardrobe. That's why the whole package is really good, because I've seen what they have and then what they need. But I do personal shopping sessions too, but I always have a look, maybe do a Zoom, go into their wardrobe by Zoom, or FaceTime, and just to see what's in there, because a lot of people will say, don't like floral. And then I go into their wardrobe and there's lots of floral in there. Or I don't do colors. And then I go into the wardrobe and there's lots of colors in there. So I think we have this, our blinkers on, that we don't actually see what's in our wardrobe, because they say we wear 80%, we wear only 20% of our wardrobe 80% of the time. So
Is it that those people were like, oh, I'm going to be someone that wears floral, and then they put floral on their wardrobe and they never wear it again? Is that why they're not seeing it? Or
I don't know. I think a lot of, when I'm talking to people, like, so we always meet at a cafe, and a lot of people will forget what's in their wardrobe, because we don't actually go through and do a stock take of our wardrobe.
true.
Like, and we don't actually go through and go, what actually have I got in here? Unless you're minimalistic and you know exactly what's in there. But 9 times out of 10, women's wardrobes are overflowing with stuff. People will buy stuff because it's on special, and I still, there's still tags hanging on them, because not because I don't like the garment, that I just don't know how to pair it up and marry it into their wardrobe. So there's a lot of that. Life changes with our bodies, from having a child to perimenopause to losing weight or gaining weight. Our bodies, our lifestyle, from going from corporate to then working in that you can wear activewear or your trackies every day. And then you get into that mode and you forget how to actually put clothes together again, because maybe in corporate world, you're wearing suits all the time. So so there's a lot happening in my role as a stylist. It's not just about me taking people shopping and buying them clothes. I'm actually educating them along the way. The colors, I don't do colors, because I'll tell you why. When I was in year 10, we did interpersonal skills. Like, a lady came in and did my colors, and I always remember her saying, you can't wear black. And I wore, I think, black for the next 10 years. So I was like, don't tell me what I can't wear. But I think with colors, sometimes you get pigeonholed into wearing that purple or that red, and then people go shopping just looking for those colors. But what I do with my clients in the change room, I'll pull in some rogue pieces and get them to put it on. And I go, what do how do you see with your face? What's happening here? And I go, oh, no, it's drawing me out. Well, that's not your color. Simple like that. The other thing is, I do work casual at Just Jeans, and like the people that come in here, I'm hearing lots of dialogue from the change room, but I'm so brutally honest that I don't hit my KPIs sometimes, because I just feel that sometimes you get sold something that isn't right for you, and I just don't want to be that person. It should be a hell yes in the change room, because then it'll be a hell yes in your wardrobe, or when you're wearing it out with your friends or going out and things like that. But if you're hesitant in the change room, it ain't going to get better when you get home.
That's a good point. Yeah, I've definitely been that person.
Yeah, or the like, like the shop assistant, they need to meet targets. You got to always remember they got to meet targets
Hmm.
for the store. And sometimes they'll tell you it looks great. And I don't know.
Good to know. Yeah, I didn't think that all of them did, but you're probably right. They all have targets.
Well, not all of no, there'll be genuine people out there, definitely 100%, 100%. And I've made friends with a lot of stores now that I go in, and I actually even ask their opinion because they're looking at it on different people all the time.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're looking at every different body shapes. They know the products. I will always go and ask for advice from, the managers or sales assistants in different stores because they're seeing it more than me. I mean, I'll do my research, but I'm taking a guess that, I know that that will suit my client. I do a lot of try-ons myself to see in proportions, is it a high-waisted pant or things like that. So there's a lot of research that goes in behind the scenes before I even get to my clients and things like that. I do a pre-shop online first, then I do a pre-shop before I meet with my client. So that my pre-shop online is just basically getting a budget like together for my clients, and then I'll go the day before and put the clothes aside for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so that when we meet up for the shopping session, they're all ready to go. So yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, there's so much work that goes into it that no one understands, I'm assuming. Um, with your clients, like how do you work with them in a sense to know who their wardrobe is going to be or like what their wardrobe's going to be? So are they aiming to be like, I want to be look like the north of the river women in there or something like that, the upper class or like the corporate woman or the woman that's like balancing both. I want the specific style, or is it that you're finding out really who they are and then who that wardrobe could match or their wardrobe could match?
A bit of both.
Yeah.
So the style consultation's around an hour, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where we find out, like, what they do for work. Do they have children to care for? Partners, not travel, not travel. There's so much at play in that style consultation. And then the question is asked, what do you need?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is the aim of this? What do you feel? Look, the main thing that comes up with number one is confidence
Mm-hmm.
in what I wear. So that's number one.
Yeah.
Two, um, um, most women will have an idea of their work wardrobe, but then the rest, because they sort of maybe wear the same things on repeat for work, but then the rest of it sort of falls down a little bit. So yeah, a bit of both. And then but I always ask them, do you aspire, do you have someone that you look up to in Instagram or actress and that? Most people don't, but
Mm-hmm.
some give me a little bit of an idea. Pinterest is always good, like they have get them to do a little Pinterest board, so I get to see what they want to wear as well.
Yeah, that's
That's really cute. So just to see how they want to, have outfits put together and things like that. So sometimes I will try and, if their body shape allows, I will replicate some of those images that they've sent to me. But a lot of it's intuition too with me. I don't know. Just read the people and talk to them, listen, and then I select the clothes and it works.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I design in the same way in my websites and and brand messaging and all of that. I can relate to that. You do it just intuitively knowing like this is the person and this is what needs to come out as at the other end.
Yeah.
And like when do they usually come to you? Like what are they looking for? Or like why did they decide that this is that now the right time to do this? Like when is the right time to do this?
Yeah. Well, I've been there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I think I can relate to a lot of women. After having my daughter, I put on weight, had postnatal depression. I didn't know I did. I had a baby that never slept at all, and she had chronic reflux.
Oh, wow.
So I lost myself in that first 12 months of her life. And then I lost my sense of fashion as well, because I've always been quite a fashionable teen and 20s and that. And you used to just go into stores. You're too young to know this shop called Rhodes, and used to go in there and I would just buy stuff. Didn't even have to try it on. I knew it fit me. It looked great. That was it. So then my body shape changed so much that I then lost who I was, and I wore oversized clothes to hide. But if I look back, Amanda, now, if I look back at those pictures, I wasn't big at all. It was just up here.
Mm-hmm.
It had changed. My body shape had changed. I wasn't big. But in my head, I'd made this picture and dialogue and everything like that. And so I actually hired a stylist, but it took me 3 years before I committed to her. And then that's what got me on the path. So with women, it takes them a while to actually then say, that's it, I've had enough, I'm doing something about this.
Yeah.
So I think people sit on the fence a lot, and women will put ourselves 9 times out of 10 last in before bills and things like that. So I think it's a couple of clients, their husbands have purchased the vouchers for them as gifts. So that's been really great. So it's like pushing, they must have hinted at it, so the husbands sort of have bought the gift for them. They come to me because they've had enough, I think, of looking a certain way, or their confidence is not where it should be, or they're time poor. They just, and a lot of them hate shopping. They get overwhelmed. The lights, the noise, the too much out there, too much to choose, don't know what to choose.
Yeah. I think after COVID too, we're all overstimulated for sure by malls. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah. And so what are they looking for? What kind of wardrobe are they looking for? Something like, what are they doing in their lives in between, like in between work? And what else are we doing? We're going to the shops, and like what kind of wardrobes can we find and put together, and what are we dressing for?
Okay, so a lot of I would say that most, well, no, they're half and half actually. Some are mothers, and some I've had clients that their kids have left home, and then some that haven't had children.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got that sort of both, and that's what we were talking about before. I have these 2 different types of women that I'm styling. So some, that the children have gone off, so they're, wanting to reinvent themselves. But what do I look for? Capsule wardrobe has to be a capsule wardrobe. So, always,
What do you mean by that?
by that is that having a blank canvas being, a pair of jeans, a pair of pants, a dress, and whether it be, you used to, back in the olden days, was little black dress,
Mm.
the L, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be that, but having a dress that you can, I always say to my clients that you get asked out for a brunch with girlfriends, you've got an outfit ready to go. See, a lot of women don't like dresses, so maybe a skirt or a pair of pants, and some women love jeans. So having all those, like having, catering for the different types of women, but having your white t-shirt, your black t-shirt, a jacket of some sort, shoes play an integral part of our whole outfit, and that's lets a lot of women down is shoes. So having, a nice sneaker, which we call the leisure sneaker, a low heel, because who can wear stilettos? I definitely can't. So a low heel, a slide for summer, or a sandal. So what I consider a capsule wardrobe. And I do have a checklist somewhere along in one of my things. And it just basically goes through, a nice handbag that's versatile. If you're into jewelry, some little bit of jewelry, a coat for winter. So that's your capsule wardrobe. And basically, I always try and sort of say to the people, keep it like quite neutral in colors, and then you can build with trend, because not everyone, I shouldn't say everyone, that's generalizing, but most people want some trend pieces into their wardrobe as it comes through. So that's the ones so if you're going to have a capsule wardrobe, I always suggest that we spend a little bit more on that, because so it sustains its time, and then you can inject a little bit of trend pieces. And then I always bang on about signature style. And that's something that makes your outfits put together a bit unique. And it could be that someone has a love of sneakers and they really like show up with different sneakers, or belts, or different handbags, or, sometimes you'll see women and they've got brooches and that's their signature style.
I love that.
Or neck, how do you remember you used to see people with necklaces, or a lot of costume, jewelry, like thick necklaces and bangles and stuff. That's their signature style. And so I've got a few friends that I go through, and I know what their signature style is, because that's what makes them unique in what they're wearing. So yeah, so that's what, with my clients, I just don't want to clone them all the same. I don't want to put them in a jacket, pair of jeans, and a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Is it okay then to really, have a style of shirt, like for example, this one that you really like, and then just get multiples in different colors, and because it's a shape that works for you? Or is that like, or are you just kind of cornering yourself into not really a
Yeah, look, that's a hard one, because I hear that a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
I think, oh, that's such a hard one, because then you're dressing the same, really. You
Mm-hmm.
are dressing the same, just a different color. But yeah, if something works in a shirt, definitely I would say buy two, like two different colors, of course, not the same color. So
Yeah.
a basic white or colored stripe, whatever shirt, if it fits you really nice, it's nicely tailored to your body, then definitely go. But I wouldn't say buy 4 or 5 of the same garment.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're not making your money work really well in your wardrobe that way.
Okay.
That's personal, but that's each stylist, I suppose, works different.
What's a good way? What's a better way to, yeah, maybe just have like a limited wardrobe? You've got the capsule, but maybe you want to kind of add your style to it, so you need some more items. So where do we go with that?
Well, so with me, I like different styles. I'll use me as an example. Different styles of jackets.
Mm-hmm.
So I have an oversized jacket. I have a more tailored one, like this one, and it's cropped, like sits on my waist. Then I have a check one. So I have a black, a nude, a check, and a coloured.
Mm-hmm.
So I have jackets, but they're all different.
Okay. So
So
so then do you ever feel like you're showing up in kind of like a similar outfit, or if you only have the one purple but your other ones are three other colors,
yeah.
um but I don't know, then how do you show up in that purple one to one event, and then maybe like a couple weeks later to another event?
Okay, so that is a huge thing that we're facing now because
Yeah.
of Instagram. And
Yeah.
I have found that people will buy an outfit and not rewear it again because they've already been photographed, or they've been already in that outfit.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a lot of that, especially you'll see people that go to a lot of events. They go, oh no, I wore that. I don't want to wear that again. So
Mm,
how do we repurpose these things? And do we show up in the same outfits? 100%, Amanda, we do, because we're too busy.
agreed. Yeah.
You will put that jeans and t-shirt on because it is comfortable, and there is nothing wrong with that either.
That's
So
fair.
showing up with the same thing. So I wouldn't wear this I would space out my time between wearing this jacket, but that's just me. But my checkered one with jeans and a t-shirt, I'll wear that quite regularly.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
my run around, if I'm sort of I went to a networking thing 2 weeks ago, and that's what I wore. It was comfortable, it wasn't cold, it wasn't hot, so I could wear. So yeah. So
That's great. So changing that mindset on that. I'm
yeah,
someone personally, like I've lived in Darwin, like in the middle of nowhere. So then like I don't know, I just have a limited wardrobe because I was traveling all the time. And I
yeah,
got to Perth and everyone's so fashionable. And for a moment I was like, how do I make this work? But then yeah, I started re-wearing things and not really caring about it. But yeah, it's like a kind of a moment you have to go through with yourself, like this doesn't
that's
matter.
it.
And it's, I think
Yeah,
I believe in, or I value sustainability as well, and
yeah,
minimalism. So yeah.
yeah. So
It's just
I
hard to go
think
up against that with other people, when they,
yeah, and it's all like I said to you before, smoke and mirrors, isn't it? But
yeah.
I think if you are in a field that you don't want to be wearing the same things, like then it's been smart. And I always say, like, if you've got really great dresses that are expensive dresses, sell them.
Mm-hmm.
Sell them. Don't just let them sit there that you might wear them. And you can always change up looks as well. So when I take my clients shopping, normally we'll go for dresses that they can either wear down, like elevate down with, say, a sneaker, or they can enhance it with then some nice jewelry, a nice handbag, as opposed to the everyday handbag, some heels. So you're elevating the same dress, but you're doing two different looks with it.
That sounds fun.
So, so that, and I find that's when people go on holidays, you want to take your nice clothes, but you're like, it's hot, or, you don't have an iron, but so you have to have clothes that you can dress down, but then you put a pair of slides with it and maybe it's some big chunky earrings, it will look great as well.
Yeah.
So that's making the same piece can be worn different. My philosophy is always one piece should be able to make 3 outfits in your wardrobe.
Okay. Yeah, that's really helpful, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're buying something, because you know how sometimes I did this the other day. I bought a pair of pants and I brought them home and they were great, except my daughter reckons they look like curtains. So nothing like your kids telling you the honest truth.
Yeah.
And she, you know what she said to me? She goes, "What are you gonna wear with it?" And I said, "Yeah, I can only wear this color or this color really with it."
Mm-hmm.
And so then I was like, that really limits what I can do with those pair of pants. So I took them back.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like that before. It's like, oh, it's just like a black shirt will go with it. That's pretty much it. Or this cut of shirt, and then you're stuck and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes we will buy those pieces because they bring us joy.
Mhm.
They make us feel great. You feel amazing in it. So why, I always say, yeah, buy it. If it brings you joy and happy, and yes, it may only go with one item in your wardrobe. But if you feel $1,000,000 in it, yeah,
Yeah, it's a good point. You just line up
yeah,
that outfit to wear it on a nice night. I think there's
yeah. Yeah. So if you're going out with, like, that whole thing when you're going out with your girlfriends, and what are you wearing? What are you wearing? And then the pressure's on. What are you wearing? Oh my God, what are you wearing?
yeah.
Like, it's like, oh shit, I got to go and buy something new. So
Yeah.
I think we've all been there. Or you've got a wedding and you want to get a dress, and then you don't want to look bridal with it. You don't want to look like the bride. You don't want to look like a bridesmaid. And then you've got a budget, and you don't want to spend too much, but then trying to find this dress in your head doesn't exist, and then after the wedding, you see all these dresses that are available to you because you're so focused on finding this perfect unicorn. So yeah,
Yeah. You never find the one in your head exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I've been there. And then you end up at the wedding like in something old, or you end up with something you're never going to wear again, which is actually
Again, and that's I bang on about that a lot. Don't just, you got an event and run out and go and buy something and it will do, and then
Mhm.
you never wear it again. God, you just wasted money.
Yeah.
Shop in your wardrobe first. If you really like, I'm sure there's something in there. Go in there behind there. It sounds like you've got a minimalistic, but like I said, most of us have big wardrobes. You'll
Yeah.
find something in there that you can rewear. And then you maybe just need to refresh a top or a bottom. You've got lots of tops and you don't have enough bottoms. And see, that's where I was saying about, gap pieces. A lot of us will be dominant with one, like tops over pants or jeans and vice versa. So it's about getting that balance.
Mm-hmm.
If you come into my wardrobe, I have a lot of white t-shirts because I just love white t-shirts, but I have a rare variation in my head. They're a variation. They're not. They're just a white t-shirt.
And shapes counts, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Textures.
But yeah, they're just white t-shirts, really, if I'm just going to be honest with myself. Yeah, so that's that with regards to the back to the shirt, buying a lot of the same color. I wouldn't. One or two, but then I think you're just being excessive if you're going, 4 or 5. So yeah.
Yeah, fair. And what about like if your personal style, or like you were saying, picking an outfit for going out to brunch with your girlfriends, but what if that standard outfit is like yoga pants and a hoodie or whatever? How do you get like out of that cycle? I feel like, you get into that cycle because you end up there thinking like you kind of just going there for a casual moment. So you're not going to dress up, or you're not going to wear your nice pants or your shirt. So how do you kind
Yeah.
of get out of that cycle?
I think too, it's where you're heading. Like, so if you're heading for brunch with your girlfriend and then you're going to go for a walk,
Mm.
but then activewear, like we're activewear. So, but the thing is that cycle that we got into, I think it was over COVID, everyone was wearing loungewear.
Mm-hmm.
And how good was their loungewear? My loungewear is my stuff that is so yucky that it becomes my homeware, loungewear. So I did actually go out and buy myself a nice loungewear outfit from Pete Alexander. That was my splurge. But to get out of that rut, it's actually a style rut, and I think it's starting small and getting back to I think putting on a pair of, if you're not, some people don't like jeans, and finding the right jean that fits you takes a lot of time. So I think a pair of casual pants, and then of course, then I'm going to say linen pants, but not everyone likes linen because it's hard to upkeep. But just a nice pair of pants, they should always be in your wardrobe. And we've got the luxury, we can put them with our snazzy sneakers. Like, come on, got to love New Balance. you know, Sambas, everyone's got them, so you just put them on, and then you put a t-shirt on and a jacket,
Mm.
any jacket, like whatever you've got, a jacket. So you still can go to brunch, you still can go for your walk if you wanted to, but you're not in your active wear. But if someone had asked me, what I'm most comfortable in, it is my active wear.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
If I go to yoga in the middle, like yoga and Pilates, yoga pants, Pilates in the middle of the day, like I'll stay in my activewear that whole day. So, so there's no right and wrong, but I think it's making a little bit of effort. My dad always says to me, this is not a dress rehearsal. So we only have a limited amount of time in each decade. So I think showing up as the best version of yourself is the way forward. We always look, I think I wrote down in one of your pieces that you said to me, like, if I had to look back at the last decade and the one before that, I want to look back and go, you know what? I was the best version of myself,
Yeah.
no matter what body shape I was in, but, I looked, oh yeah, I liked that top. Oh my God, I remember wearing that dress. It was awesome.
Yeah. It's nice to look back on your clothes with nostalgia instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard that apparently it takes like 5 years for you to look back on photos where you're like, oh, I actually did look okay there. You just kind of got too in your head at that moment and you didn't enjoy it because of that. It's like,
Yeah.
let's stop doing it in 5 years. Let's enjoy it now in the
Yeah,
moment.
enjoy. Yeah. And so I think one of the things that you asked me what I'm really passionate about is I hear so much dialogue in the change room.
Mm-hmm.
It gets my heart. I'm actually racing a little bit because I get so, I'm going to talk about this. And I do it too. We talk to ourselves not nicely as women. And I've heard it now, I hear it from men as well, because when I'm fitting them with jeans, I hear a lot from men as well. I never used to have this guts, would we let our best friends talk to themselves the way that sometimes we talk to ourselves?
No, I really
No.
don't think about that for men, when they joke about their guts and like their bellies and yeah.
So they're feeling it too. They're missing. I think I want to say, like, well, I had a friend that used to say, oh no, I was pudgy when I was little,
Yeah.
We do miss that person we were for different reasons. But I think it's about like living in the now and dressing for now,
Mm-hmm.
not waiting till you lose those 5 kilos, not waiting till, whatever. I think whatever your lifestyle is now, I think dress for it now in your lifestyle, budget, and circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you
And
really that in your message.
circumstances, I was just going to say with circumstances, a lot of people were feeling it now more than ever. But there is places like Dress for Success that they have great, they help women dress themselves for interviews and all sorts of things. And their clothes, they're pre-loved clothes that people donate, and they're all in great condition too. And I know this because I've taken lots of ball dresses, evening clothes that no longer fitted me, and I took a whole carload to them. That was when I renovated our wardrobe, and so I had to get everything out, and that was the perfect time. And
Yeah.
also to do a stock take of what actually is in my wardrobe.
Yeah. Personal stylist yourself then.
Because I also can say, hi, my name's Kat and I'm a shoe addict.
Love that. Well, how do you end up helping those people with, that negative self-talk and to build that positive image while you're working with them?
It's funny you should say that, because at the moment that's where you asked me getting out of my comfort zone. I'm actually looking at doing some retraining in regards to that. But along the way, I will say, okay, there's certain things that I'm not qualified to do, and that's therapy. So I will say to someone, I've worked with a lot, like a life coach. She might not be for you, but here's her details. When it comes to makeup, here's a makeup artist to do one-on-one tutorial with you. And one of my clients has done that. So, but with the mindset, I can only do so much in the time I have. I have communication afterwards with that they can message me and ask me, and I'm still I'm not a big fan of coach, that word coach, but I do teach as I'm going along the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, like with them, like, why I'm choosing. But with the mindset work, there's only so much I can do with the clothes. They have to do that work themselves. So, we're not in say, the change room. I hear, oh my God, I've put on weight, menopause, da, da, da. So I've only got a little window of opportunity, say, with the customer, to say, okay, those jeans aren't working. Let's try something else. Because it's sometimes not your body, it's the clothes that aren't made correctly, clothes that now are so small you have to go up 1 or 2 sizes, because then that does a shift in your brain too. If you're a size, say 12, and you've got to go to a size 14, that can be really hard for some people that suffer from body dysmorphia. So it's that mindset. So I always say, cut off the label. You don't know then. It's a great pair of jeans that fit you amazing. Just cut off the label, tag. But there's only I coach. I'm going to say coach, guide. I'm going to use that one. Guide my clients along the journey of I suppose loving their body, loving how to dress their body, and changing that mindset with the clothes that they're putting on makes them feel really good about themselves. And I can see that straight away in their eyes and face when they're trying the clothes on, because I'm peeping Tom, looking into the change room.
Yeah.
And I can see their face light up. And I have had a client that I had to give her space to take some photos because she was so moved by how good she looked. She wanted to just stay in that little bubble for a few minutes.
Oh, I love that. You really give them such a good transformation then,
Yeah. So she I have to check in on her actually.
Yeah.
And
I love the personal way that you do this. And yeah, that sounds really lovely.
yeah, so like I just give, so I think I'm pretty confident to say that all my clients have come out of our sessions feeling really good about themselves. And I hope they don't revert back to old ways of dressing. I'm a big tuck your shirt in. They hear that a lot. But no, I don't want to. I've got a gut. Like, we all got guts. Who cares, So yeah, they hear that a lot with me. Tuck it in, tuck it in.
Yeah. There's a lot you can do with style when it's tucked in, though. I don't know.
Yeah, but and then like someone asked me the other day, am I too old for this? And I was like, what? Huh? Did you see me? I wear Converses. I love them, you know.
I love that.
And then I said to her, let's not focus on what you don't like about your body. What do you like about your body?
Mm.
Like, you know, she said, I love my legs. And I said, well, let's show those legs off. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to be a micro mini, but wearing a dress that's, you know, short and you know, I suppose appropriate, that she's not bending over and we're seeing what she's got there. You know, but showcasing her legs. Why not?
Yeah, agree.
If you love your chest, show it off. You
Hmm.
love your, you know, your arms, show them off. There's parts of our body that we really love, show those off.
Yeah. And stop thinking about instead of covering up what you don't love. Is that where we're going? Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of we focus on we don't like, oh, make my gut, you know, but oh well, but you got smashing boobs. Let's show those off, you know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, don't feel about
I love the shift of focus though. And
Yeah.
I was just thinking what you're saying about the jeans. I watched these videos recently. It's really eye-opening where like all the jeans, they say they're the same size, and then you try them on and they're all like massively different amounts of fabric. And I'm like, that's really messing with our heads just in general.
100%. Like it's so awful. If I go so I work at Just Jeans and I'll go to Zara, H&M, Dotty, Cotton On and try on jeans. What a head.
What a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, some I can't, some are too big. So I'm a classical, say, size 12. I'm
Mm-hmm.
160 centimeters, so a little short person.
Mm-hmm.
Going in and trying on, and some you can't even zip up.
Yeah.
Some are too big. The leg lengths, and that's the thing is, a lot of people want to find the perfect jeans. I'll work on jeans, so jean. If you're short, you're going to have to find a tailor. You're going to have to make friends with a seamstress because 9 times out of 10, you're going to have things shortened
Mm-hmm.
for them to look good. You might find that one that you don't, but then looking at like a cropped one, if you're short, just doesn't look right either
Yeah.
sometimes. So
Yeah.
I think I find jeans and bathers maybe one of the 2 hardest things that people find shopping for.
Are there any secrets to buying the best bathers?
No. Well, I just did I went to I was very fortunate to go and visit Italy to see my best friend get married. And so I wanted a one piece because we're very fortunate to have a swimming pool, and at home I will wear anything at home. And I thought, no, I should wear a full one piece bathing suit and turn it into then a bodysuit.
Mm-hmm.
I could wear with shorts or a skirt. So I was thinking, okay, I can make this bathers work here. And I just got them from Cup Sheet online, and they are amazing.
Yeah.
They were $54, I think, or even one was 40, and one was $54. And I love them. They look so good on. And I used them as as the actual bathers, and then put a pair of linen pants on.
That
It was
sounds
great. So
yeah.
Cup Sheet. And the other one that I've had really great success is Infamous Wear.
Mm-hmm.
Infamous Swimwear. Sorry, Infamous Swimwear. They're great. But bathers are just so expensive.
Yeah.
If you're looking at Sea Folly, you're looking at 180 for a pair of bathers. Not everyone can afford that.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not even the right shape for you, and then it's just a whole thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's a hard one, bathers. Sorry, I've just hay fever.
That's right.
Um,
I'd love to know more about like your journey too, like becoming a personal stylist and creating your own life around what you do, and like you've really shaped the life you live in. Like, what's that like? What's that been for
okay.
you?
Dolly was $2 back in my day, and that was always about fashion. And I think as far back as I remember, it was fashion for me. So that included everything: clothes, bags, shoes, makeup. Hugely into my makeup, and I felt I felt that clothes and makeup you could express a personality, like your personality could come out that way. So I was always big on that. But I lived in the country. I'm from Geraldton. It's a city now, but in my head, it's still a country town. I was in real estate. So I got my first job at 17 in real estate, admin, reception, and worked my way through and became a property manager. So I did property management for 20 years. So I was that dreaded property manager. So
Wow. You feel like you
they
sound
loved me when they moved in and hated me when they moved out.
yeah, fair. You have that like vibe about you that you were a real estate agent. I don't know. It's not just the jacket, it's like your vibe, but in like the
Oh
best
gosh,
way,
don't
I
say
would
that.
hire
Yeah, no,
you.
I think I told you I was in the paper a lot and that.
Yeah.
You asked me what my biggest achievement was, and actually I worked for the Royal Western Group, and I got property manager of the year for the whole state,
Oh,
WA
amazing.
state. So
Wow.
1 year. So that and I was managing and back then we did it all. We didn't have any outsourcing, 250 properties.
Mhm.
I lived and breathed my job whilst I was in Geraldton, and no room. I went out and that, but no room for love or anything like that. It was work. I had a plan. I was on a mission. And so then whilst I was doing that, I became a qualified beauty therapist.
Mhm.
Because why not throw something else in there? Because I got a bit bored. But that shows my love of makeup and skin. So I did that. But when I moved to the city, I wanted to be a beautician, and the salary was just so so small, and I thought, oh, I can't live on that and go out and pay rent. And so I went back into real estate. In the meantime, I went overseas, lived over in the UK. I lived in a place called Lowestoft in the UK, and then moved to Aberdeen. And whilst there, I did EAPA, because my background back in the day at TAFE was I did office and secretarial studies, so I'm a mean typist. So I did EA and PA. So then I got back, separated from that then boyfriend, and came home, and I met my husband. And that was quite, I was older, and I thought, oh, the clock's ticking. Like I was in my 30s, and I was like, said to him, you know what? If you don't want to get married or have babies, let's he reckons I put a gun to his head. But we met at the right time. We both it was just right for us. We wanted to settle down. We dated. We went through all that, and I then went through IVF to have my daughter. So that in itself is a journey. And I was very fortunate that my husband at the time said, stop working if you want to. And I did, because I knew I had a small window, and I had to be stress-free. But like Kathy style, we decided to renovate our house.
That's hilarious.
Like have one stress to another stress.
Yeah.
So we did that, and so then after we finished that, I was fortunate enough to fall pregnant with my daughter. She is my only child, and I always think of her as my miracle baby. But she wasn't an easy child, and hence the postnatal. But then after that, I just was a stay-at-home mom, and that was just, I don't know, just I fell into that. Like, I suppose because we didn't have my family wasn't here, and so I felt that I didn't have that, I couldn't say, oh, mum, I'll get, can you come over and things like that. So I was on my own there.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't work for 10 years. So I decided to go and work for a friend of mine. She had a boutique. And so there was my love of clothes again. So it's, I had got a stylist, got my confidence back, went to work in clothes boutique, think, oh my God, I love clothes. And Australian Style Institute decided to bring the course to Perth, and it aligned. It just was time. So I went to their opening seminar, and I thought, you know what, I can do this.
Wow. It really
Yeah.
found you. Yeah.
So I had no money to do the course. So I had to then go to the husband and say, you know what? I want to do this. And it wasn't cheap either. Like I didn't go start small, little, TAFE course. I was like, let's do this big.
Mm.
And so I did the course. So I was very, very fortunate. My mum and dad came to stay and they cared for my daughter and hubby. Like we're all together whilst I did my week's course because it was only 5 days, but it was intensive. And I knew I had to give it 110%. And so hence how I fell into, being a stylist. COVID hit just after.
Yeah.
So I think it was like, okay, what do I do now? Like I can't get clients, but I pitched away at my content and I remember when we had our couple of lockdowns, I did the push-up, the push-up thing, you had to do so many, challenge. And I kept on posting and I kept on chatting. And when we came out of that, that's when I had my pro bono clients beforehand, but then I had no paying clients until after COVID.
Mm. Yeah.
So that's why I sort of only say I've really been in business properly 3 years. And I've learned a lot along that time, as in we were talking about business, because it's not just about, the styling side of it. You've got to learn the back end of content strategies and how to get yourself out there. How do people find you? How do they know you? A website, searching for you, picking you and all that. So, yeah. So that's my journey. So yeah, it's a lot. I've done a lot. I'm always learning. When I'm not working, I love entertaining. We have friends, catch up with friends, or go out. And I'm an avid traveler as well. So I'm very fortunate and blessed in that respect that we can have holidays. So yeah, I come from very humble beginnings, so I take everything that happens now as being blessed and very fortunate. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's how you manifest as well. You just in gratitude. But it really sounds like you've touched a lot of people like in their lives deeply and changed their lives. So it's really amazing what you're doing.
Yeah. So that's and so now I'm lucky enough to pick my hours because I had a mentor in London, a stylist mentor, and she said, "Are you full time?" I go, "Full time for me." And she said, well, explain that. I said, well, I work around school pickup. So times like that. My husband works from home 2 days a week, so he'll pick up our daughter on those days. So it is full time, but it's my full time.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're doing with our business. So that's awesome. Yeah. That's what you're
Yeah.
doing. That is a
Yeah.
full time. I don't know why full time has to be this like 40 to 100 hours a week that everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Or we still got that 9 to 5. I reckon they said that Dolly Parton should have done it 9 till 3.
Yeah, at least. So much better. But yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any like other edges in your comfort zone that you're like pushing up against for your business specifically?
Yeah, I really want to do some more live workshops.
Yeah.
So I have done one at ladies' headquarters. And so that was really nerve-wracking. Are people going to buy a ticket to come? Are they going to show up? So that's for me. I would love to be up there talking more at, we touched on branding. I think, when people start a business and they have their photos done, knowing what to wear. And also, a lot of people will have branding colors in with their logo and then, want to have photos and they're actually enhancing those. So I want to get more into that, helping women and men, even men too, because so I should say that, the old real estate shot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand those.
Please shake that industry up because yeah, their photos are good.
Yeah, and then my husband had their photos. He's an accountant, and they're all like,
Oh no.
"Oh, I don't like them." But then he's like, "What do you want us to do?" And I said, "I don't know. If you like golf, holding a golf stick or something."
At least something different, please. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like,
maybe I think it's just helping people dress for their branding photos as well.
Mm-hmm.
And even talking at at office, how sometimes big offices, they'll have people coming in, because I think, I did a post about 7 seconds is all that takes for people to make a scan of you,
Mm-hmm.
make a little dialogue of you. So I think, if you're going for a job interview, or presenting, you just want to have that first image to be spot on.
Yeah.
Who are you is showing up on that as that first image. So I want to do a lot more. So, but that's getting out of that comfort zone of me, being confident in myself to say, go forward. That's where I struggle. So yeah.
Yeah. I think because you're so passionate about it, like it's just going to succeed. Like people are going to feel that. So I think really just go for it. And I would 100% be there at that live event. So please do host it.
Yeah. So apart from that, what else? I think learning. I think we've got to learn. I'm learning every day. Like it's always, I'm learning something, I'm reading something. Not very good with small print. I wish I'd make big books with big print.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'd love to also ask, how do you with what you do in personal styling, like how do you address that like misconception about, it's only for the wealthy?
Yeah. I've actually been, because I've been learning, like I said, with this stylist, and it's funny, she said that people will think it's for the rich and famous. It's not. Or a stylist, you have to be rich to have a stylist. But if you look at how much you invest, if you're investing in yourself and you invest in a stylist, and then you're then purchasing clothes that suit you, your lifestyle and your budget, if you really had to go back and look at how much money you're actually wasting on buying stuff that you don't actually like, or you're not actually wearing, don't suit you, don't fit into a capsule wardrobe for when you're going away and things like that, they have to look at the balance, like the scales like that. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely not for the rich and famous. I'm for normal people that earn a normal living and that just need that little bit of help to get their wardrobe sorted or their look sorted. So then they're going forward and they're basically then making money,
Yeah.
not spending money. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
And being a bit more sustainable using.
yeah, because like I see a lot of and look, if that's your cup of tea, fine. Shein, buying from Shein or Temu or whatever it's called, things, places like that, and they're wearing it once and you wash it and it's got a hole in it straight away, and it's going to landfill. Like the image, I think, I don't know, I had an image there of the landfill of clothes that can't be recycled because it has so much synthetic materials in it. And even myself, I reluctantly will take stuff to the salvos, but beforehand, there's like really great shoes or bags. I put it on my pay it forward page, my local one, and most things will go.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Or Facebook
So
Marketplace or something. I've
yeah, like even gifting it. Like I don't, I'd rather it go to someone that needs like a new, like, so I have a lot of corporate handbags and I've just cleaned out my wardrobe. I'm like, I don't need them anymore. They fit your laptop and all your stuff in it, and you like the little brief. It wasn't a brief, that's a handbag, but it's fit your laptop in it. And I was like, I don't need them anymore.
Yeah. But
So I
people
just put it
do
on
need.
pay it forward. So like, someone will use it. And they're in
Yeah.
great. And I always so believe too that great condition. A lot of clothes, I always think if they're really like my old t-shirts and they've become really threadbare, I chop them up and use them as rags in my shed.
I do that too. It's so good.
Yeah, so that must be because you lived in Darwin. You're a country girl at heart.
I've lived in a few states, but that was like really that brought me back to like barren with my wardrobe because people there just wear shorts and flip
And
flops.
thongs.
Yeah, and thongs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so hot.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then I came here and I was like, oh, I need like pants. And I don't even actually remember how to wear pants and like what to wear with them. Yeah.
Yeah, but so that's just being smart with your stuff, isn't it? Like, you
Yeah.
know, and stop buying stuff on sale because you think. The other thing I was going to say is that a lot of people don't know what to buy when they go shopping, but a trick is to actually, like, you know, if you like, say, Witchery, let's use Witchery or Just Jeans or whatever, is actually subscribing or actually going online when you know you need something. So so on my webpage, I have a DIY declutter your wardrobe guide, and it's a good guide. It's not a, you know, you have sometimes you sign up for something, you go, oh, is that all I get?
Yeah.
Mine's a good one. So basically you do an audit of your own wardrobe. Do that first. So then the second thing is, if you see, oh man, like you said, I need maybe a pair of pants or things, going on to the places that you can afford and looking at what they've got. If you've got 10, say, so let's be realistic, 30 minutes going into that store and trying on some items, then when they come on sale, that's when you buy them.
That's smart. They do always end up coming on sale, really. Yeah.
Always come on sale. Everything's
Yeah.
always on sale. So
Yeah.
buying them, so you know that it fits you, it's the right color, then get it on sale, right? And you can do, a lot of them do store to door. So you buy, you know, buy in store, just gets, you know, no postage that way. But the other thing is, if people go, I don't have time. BS on that, because if you look at your how much screen time, you know, on that Monday when you get that report and how much you've spent on the screen time, you make time to save money.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Instead of scrolling aimlessly on TikTok or Instagram, spend 20 minutes looking through, you know, what you need and making an educated purchase instead of just going to the shops going, I'm just going to get that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds great. And like, I actually have a theme night tomorrow night at like salsa, and I'm like, I don't have anything. And I found that one floral shirt I have, but otherwise, I would have gone out and been like trying to scramble and find something. So like, I don't advise that. So I'm
Was
gonna.
that fun that night?
Oh, it's so fun. And tomorrow I'm going again. Yeah, it was amazing. Highly
Yeah.
recommend.
I
Learning.
have I've done salsa dancing and belly dancing.
Oh, that's another one I need to try. Yeah, yeah, it's so
That's
good.
hard.
Yeah. But it'd be like, yeah, it'd be such a good exercise. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing like embodiment and like heel dances, but then salsa was just like I wanted to engage with people that weren't just women in business
Yeah.
and have different kind of conversations. But
Yeah.
dancing really teaches you to be in your body and like come back to who you are, and there's a lot in there. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's off tangent. But yeah,
Awesome.
I have kind of a closing tradition, and I usually ask, what's one piece of advice that you'd love to leave our listeners with, like especially those maybe they're struggling with their personal style or their body image, that kind of area.
I think someone said I should have as my catchphrase, dress for your body shape, not your age.
Mm, that's
So
great.
I think that's the key. Dress for the version of you today and dress for you alone.
Mm, love that.
Yeah, a lot of people will dress for someone in their life. And I just feel that you're not being true to yourself. Dress for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not trying to dress like someone else as well,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Because yeah, everyone's different. Everyone's got different body proportions. We're not a mannequin.
Yeah.
Yeah, just dress for you and just find that uniqueness in yourself and don't be afraid to self-experiment, you know,
Mhm.
with clothes. That's the best way. So, how great to actually bring your personality out in what you wear.
Yeah, 100%. I've recently started buying more like I found a cheetah print shirt, and I was like, oh, I'll just try it on. And I was like, I love this shirt so
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
a lot of fun. I've been exploring that kind of
yeah,
range. Yeah, I highly recommend. That's really good advice. Thank you.
yeah.
Um,
So I
and
think definitely.
where can people find you online?
Okay, best place is my website, and that's www.editandstyle.com.au. On there is also where they can find that DIY declutter your wardrobe
Mm,
guide. Yeah, so I suppose working with me is also on their submission form, and it tells me a bit about, like, basically what you need from me. I have got Instagram feed as well, which is, more stories and content, and that's editandstyle.perth.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's basically, I have got Facebook, but that's just basically a feeder off from the Instagram. Whatever goes on Instagram goes through there. Yeah, and all my contact details are on my webpage as well.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I look forward to you helping more people that I know get their style together so we can all go out shopping. And I will come personally be a client, I think, very soon. So
Thank
thank
you. And
you.
thank you for, having me on as my first podcast. And it's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. It's really great to hear your insight, and it was a topic I really wanted to know more about. I hope people learned something from it today. I really wanted to dive into what you do because it's so interesting. I don't really you just can't get those answers from Google type thing,
Yeah.
More of a personal connection to style than anything else. So thank you for sharing all of that on fashion and body positivity and personal style. It's been great having you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Amanda. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening. I do hope you enjoyed that. We are exploring our comfort zones and our edges with every episode, every guest, and every episode I do by myself. If you have enjoyed this, please follow us on Spotify, leave a 5-star review or a review on Apple Podcasts. It would mean the world to us. We get to grow and have more informative guests on, more provocative guests if that's what you want. I am so down to see where this grows. In the meantime, follow me on Instagram at amanda.petra__, and I would love to chat with you in the DMs. What hit home, what didn't, what came to mind. It would be really cool. So I will see you there, and thank you so much. See you in the next episode. Although our podcast presenters and all guests strive to deliver accurate information, they cannot address your unique circumstances comprehensively. Therefore, the content shared by any speaker on this platform is not personalized advice for individuals and should not substitute professional medical or health guidance. It is crucial to consult a qualified medical professional or for personalized advice. Additionally, always seek guidance from a healthcare provider before making decisions regarding your health or that of your family. Furthermore, it's essential to recognize that what works for one person may not work for another, emphasizing individual responsibility for health decisions as promoted on our show.